Well, we are off to see the wizard. The car is all hooked up, the rig's all loaded up, and we're ready to head down south for the winter season of 22-23. So we'll see you on the road. This is what we get to leave. To leave all the leaves falling off the trees, and look at them all in the yards over the grass. Glad we don't have to rake it up. Well, we're off to see the wizard. We're on the freeway. So this is phase 1 of the trip. So right on cue. Of course, it's raining today. Yeah, that seems to be typical every year when we leave, no matter what date we leave. So everything's all hooked up. It's been double checked. We got away from the house at 9 o'clock, which is perfect, because we don't want to be caught up in commuting traffic. Let's see, just a little note that the gas here at the Safeway when we went by was $4.29. So I'll tell you what it was if I remember. The different stations we stop at. So the first stop tonight will be in Oregon at Seven Feathers Campground. It's actually a casino, but we always stay at that campground. So unless something comes up, I won't come back on until we're getting off the freeway. Well, we've been on the road a little over an hour, and we're now on Interstate 5. In Tacoma. So we will be on this interstate for the next couple of days until we get off down around Bakersfield area 58. So far it hasn't really been raining bad at all, but it's been a little breezy, especially when coming across Tacoma Narrows Bridge. I don't know if any of you have heard about the Galloping Gertie that happened years ago with the swaying bridge. That's the bridge we just went across. I don't know who's more nervous. Bob, because he's got to be the one in control, keep us from getting jerked over to the next lane, or me, because I'm sitting here not in control. But we made it through. Yeah, of course there's traffic here in Tacoma. Not bad, but it's all I can think of to talk about at the moment. We'll be on again when something comes up. Well, it's about 12:15, so we've been on the road for a little over 3 hours, and we are just crossing the Columbia River drawbridge into Oregon. So about partway through, the mark on the ground that says Oregon welcomes you. Well, here it comes. It's a sign. Entering Oregon. So we'll probably have heavier traffic when we go through the main part of Oregon up here. I noticed some of the gas stations along the way there in Washington along the freeway, like some of the biggies like Chevrons and Shells, they were like $1 more, $5.29 or 39, whatever. I don't remember what I said it was at home when we left. But I expect it to drop here in Oregon. So the first exit is exit 308, and we are going down to exit 99, which is where we'll be staying tonight. So I'm going to load us down now that we're in Oregon. It's going to be a lot more hectic through here. I'll be back. Well, you can tell we're in Portland area. Like I said, it's always more congested through here. So this is one of the main ones we got to get through on our trek. So we always try to time it not during commuting time. This is not commuting time. This is noon. The next one is when we go through Sacramento. That's another one of my little hectic ones. So we always go through there before commuting time starts. But one thing I wanted to catch through this part, and now that we're moving slow enough, I don't see any, but ever since What year was it that the riots were happening down here? Was it 2016?
2020.
Ever since 2020, when they had a lot of issues going on down here. There's some up there. I don't know if you can see very closely, but we've noticed when we go down here, there's a lot of people living up here on the sides of the freeway. But right now I'm in an area that where they don't seem to be staying. But I know, just before I got the camera on, there was one that said they had a couch out there and just right along the freeway here. And you'd think it would be too noisy. Or if you were going to be homeless, or you enjoyed being homeless, because some people just don't want to go into facilities or things. They enjoy doing it, I guess. You'd think they'd want to head south, hitchhike down or something. Why try to do it where you get rain like this? Of course, today it's only been mostly sprinkling kind, nothing major. But see all the bushes up here on the sides, like over on this other side. Sometimes you can see people up there with their. Now they're going to make a liar out of me. But we were just talking, Bob and I, about one of the public officials here is trying to get, coming up here up on the right, trying to get sleeping on the streets and stuff banned. Of course, now we're going by a truck. You can't see them up there. They're up there. Now, one word of caution to any of you who might be driving down this way with your rigs at some point is the second lane here is the best lane to stay in if you're continuing through, not planning on getting off here. We always just get in this lane and we just stay in it because you'll see a lot of breakaways from I-5. There's 405 coming up here. See the two lanes next to me, they're going to be going off. And with the amount of traffic you get through here, it's very hard to change lanes once you're in here. I bet they've cleaned up a lot of this because there's usually, see, that would be a perfect spot in there. It's like there probably have been people living there. I can see a little bit of garbage back there. Truck broken down over there. Okay, I see a homeless encampment coming up to the right. And this is kind of typical going through here as far as congestion-wise. You just need to get through this one little section and then it opens up. There is another freeway you can take, which is a 205, but it takes about 15 minutes longer. A little bit more mileage, maybe 15 minutes longer, but there's usually a lot less traffic. Just depends on the time of day. And it kind of skirts around, runs almost parallel to I-5. I see, here we come. There's a big settlement up here. That structure that you see up ahead in the trees as a big tent. I think the breeze would knock some of those tents over. Somebody's got a nice big one set up. Moving slow through here. Usually once we get past this exit, it picks up, but I can see way up ahead that it's still bumper to bumper, so I'll come back on when we start going over the border. Now look at all this mishmash of exits and roads going all over the place, over the river over there. We're still crawling on our side. So this is lovely Portland, Oregon. We're not in the most attractive area of it. You know, what can you expect on the freeway in industrial areas? I think this is an interesting sign coming up here. Slow. Really? Does it mean we need to slow down even more? But we're coming to dead stops for a little bit, so I just wonder if there's an accident. Because before we decided to go this way, there had been a sign that said how long it would take to go through here, and it was a lot less time than if we took 205. So either their signs are lying, or maybe had this truck in front of us with a nice flat bed on the back, so that we could just scoot up on his back and ride in with him. Sudden it eased up. We didn't see any culprit or anything that could have been causing it. Go figure. I'll get you another view of the city.
That's the Willamette River.
This is the Willamette River that we're up by and over. Oh, here we go. Isn't that weird, folks, how you can be driving along, all of a sudden traffic comes to a stop. And there's nothing that's causing it, and then all of a sudden you just start moving again. Take us, honey. You think about 15 minutes or so to get through there? So we have about 15 minutes just through that little stretch. Well, it seems like a longer stretch to you, but it really is not a big stretch on the freeway. Every time I try to show you the city, the trees get in the way. Day out. It is pretty looking down some of this stuff. Jump that way. I don't have anybody on it. It must just be building it. I don't remember seeing it before. want to head south. So by staying in the lane that we stayed in, we have no problems trying to get over. Wires up above me, but there's part of it. There's a tram up there, some kind of a transportation thing. Well, several hours later, we've gotten off the freeway to exit 99 to go to Seven Feathers RV Park. Now, Seven Feathers is also a huge casino. However, there's a predicament here at the gas station. The part over here that's all the RV and fuel and stuff is closed for being repaired. So we're having to squeeze in with all the cars and stuff. It makes it difficult to pull out. So you can see there's several of us all lined up here trying to get through. And it takes a long time for RVs to fill up. We just need these cars to move on, and ahead of us, and we'll be able to move up. So the gas here is $4.59, which I'm surprised because I've been hearing how Washington's gas was so high. Now see, the front car there, he's going inside to pay. Or didn't he? I don't know. Okay, we're pulling up. Bob's got to kind of pull over so that when we do go to pull out, we can make the turn. So we're see if we can get in here enough. But otherwise, as I told you last year when we stopped at this stop, this is a travel center. And it's got a nice store in there, all kinds of equipment and stuff if you need, like we needed to fix our steps last year. I don't know if any of you remember that, but it kept coming out. So we were able to get some heavy-duty leather straps to pull the step in and keep it in when we'd be driving. But so it was interesting having me get in and out last year. There is a video from a year ago of me trying to get up without the steps into the rig. So we are here, and what did we figure? It took us about 7 hours, and that's with about a half hour that we stopped for lunch. So it'd be nice, even though we didn't drive that long. Nice to get off the road. It wasn't really windy, just had, you know, kind of the little intermittent little sprinkles here and there, so not bad at all. So when we get up to the campground, I'll come back on. Well, we are pulling into the office area for Seven Feathers RV Resort. So Bob will go in, get us checked in, and as soon as he comes back out, we'll follow the person to our campsite. And we are being led to our spot for the night.
33, so it must be right up there.
So it was a very successful drive today. Of course, we're always happy to turn in for the night because us old folks get tired. Okay, here we go. Boom, boom. We've stayed here many times. And I have several videos on this park. If you want to go back through and check out a video on the park here, you can. It's called Seven Feathers. It's in Canyonville, Oregon, at exit 99. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. We'll be back again tomorrow for day 2. Thank you. Welcome to day 2 of our 22-23 snowbird trek down to Yuma, Arizona. Well, it's about, right before 8 o'clock. And we're hitting the road. Over there is the rest stop. People just want to get off and go use the potty or get something to eat. Over here, look at all those trucks in there. That's a big parking area for trucks that want to stay the night. There's that big motorhome I saw come in. Must not have been able to fit in a spot because I see it's parked over there. So the weather should be okay going on the Siskiyous. It was 33 when we got up, so above freezing at least. A good night, good night's sleep. No issues so far. We've already got gas, so we don't have to stop up here next to the right where the gas station is. And now there's not as crowded over there. You can better see the gas station. Over here was the there's where we squeezed in. Luckily, they don't have cars parked right in front of the little store, or that would have been more of an issue pulling out of there. So here we are going back up onto I-5. We'll be on I-5 all day until we get to, excuse me, Lodi, California. Over here to the left is the casino. And what's nice about the park is they have a little shuttle. So once you've got your rig all set up, you don't have to unhook your car and drive over there. You can just hop on a shuttle. There's a lot of people in the parking lot over there. Here we go. You can see it's a cloudy day again, but as long as it's not pouring rain, we're happy. So I'll come back on if there's anything to report. Well, we are just coming into Welcome to California. So that took us, can't see my clock. The clock I'm using is on there. So it's 9:30. We left today, so an hour and a half to get to the California border. And the sky is opened up pretty much. I mean, we went through a bit of fog. Didn't really hit rain. And beautiful sunshine. So at some point today, we're liable to change out of our warm clothes and into something, back into something nice and cool.
First California exit is a liquor store.
Yep, first California exit, there's the liquor store. Exit 796. That's how it is from the border to border in California. This is here the flashing lights, traffic info, inspection station. Okay, well, I will come back on if there's something to show you, like Mount Shasta, depending on how it looks or how well we can see it. I know I definitely will be coming on when we see Lake Shasta, because I want to see how low the water got this year. So we'll be back. Thought I'd get a view of Mount Shasta and get a better view coming from the north, where the mountains just open like that. We're coming from the south. I have to fight through a lot of trees to get to see it. The truck. Truck is past. I wish the sky was totally blue behind us. You can see there is still snow on this side of the road. I noticed the gas here, you know, along this part of the highway where it would be higher, at a Chevron was $5.92. See if I can get this even closer. Yeah, you can kind of see the mountain, or the snow on the mountain. Shasta here. We go over the bridge. I should be able to get some looking down into it. See how much it's dried up during the summer. As steady as I can. But look at how high up it used to go at one point. So all of those little docks down there, float down. This water cup goes in it and move up. Oh, that mirror keeps popping in there. Getting into Sacramento, we just saw the sign when I turned this on, but it said truck's okay. So this is the lane if you plan on going through Sacramento and continuing down I-5. You stay in this lane. This is to save you from having to make lane changes. Now the traffic really started picking up about 5 miles north of here. I'll leave this on until we get through Sacramento. Shortly we're coming up upon the exit for Interstate 80. You can see if you go off to the right, head west, you go to San Francisco, to go east over to Reno, you get off at the same exit. You can go either way on 80, depending on where you want to go. That helped ease the traffic a little. It can get worse though. Luckily, it's not commuting time yet. Time's now 2:30. I'm hitting bumps, so I'm jerking over this a lot. Notice the traffic on the other side too. Making pretty good time. It's like you said, we left at 8 o'clock this morning. Stopped for 20 minutes for lunch. And then we're going to continue tonight and get off down at exit 485 in Lodi. And that's where we gas up and where we stay at the Flag City RV Park, which is one of our regulars too. So you can find a video on that park and through a lot of my videos I've done in the past years. If you want to go to Fresno down 99, which I wouldn't advise with a motorhome or a trailer, it's coming up ahead in about 2 miles. The road is not maintained the best. Really bumpy, torn apart. Occasionally we've had to take that route and regretted it, but if there was a particular reason why we had to do it, we did it. But you try to get past the motorhome. It's hot out. What's the temperature now, honey?
I'm not going to look right now.
Can't really look right now. I'm concentrating. You can see there's a big car in front. He's going to try to change lanes in front of us, honey.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to look for your temperature.
Yeah, I understand now. You can see his turn signal on. Oh, he's got big plans. City up ahead. So for Los Angeles, you go in the left 3 lanes. And You can get off on Highway 50 to head over to San Francisco or head up to Lake Tahoe area. It makes these lanes here so narrow. I mean, look, I could open my window here and knock on this guy's roof. Offer him something to drink. Want a Snapple? Here we come. To what I consider the scariest part. And this is the last big city we have to go through. At least the one that causes stress to me. And a little more tense driving for Bob. There's the traffic on the other side. We're fleeing the city, and of course when we get through this part, we'll have a little more traffic, people fleeing the city to go to their south part. Look at the line of cars over here now. Get off the San Francisco or South Lake Tahoe.
That's why you get to 99.
And you can also get to 99, which I mentioned a little earlier. Head down south if you want to go through Fresno. Bumper to bumper traffic on the other side.
That's probably what we'll have coming south once we get out of town.
We'll have tomorrow.
No, I mean this afternoon.
This afternoon. Yeah, oh yeah, that's what I said. You see, it looks pretty free on our side, but just wait. One thing I like about the signs in California is when you come to a city limit, like say Sacramento city limit, it'll say, Sacramento city limit, and they always have the population on their signs. Not only just Sacramento, but any city in California. And I know, it's kind of funny. I like to see what the populations are. Especially being I grew up in California, and so did Bob. We like to see how much the population has grown since we moved away. Now, I've been away for 43 years, since 1979. We moved up to Washington in 1988. So we've been away a long time. No desire to move back. Nothing personal. Californians, we love it here. So we got through the downtown part. We have about 25 miles to go to our exit, so I will come back on when we're getting off there. Well, it's now about 3:15, and we're going to call it a day. One reason, because we're just about empty on the gas. We know exactly how far we can go with each tank full, and this is where we like to go to fill up. There's a Sinclair station up here that we like to go to. And then from there, we just go over a couple of streets and we're at the Flag City RV Resort. And the biggest reason is because we're old folks and we can pull off early if we want to. We're not in any rush. We used to always, put a lot more mileage in per day, and finally we realized, why are we doing this? Why are we putting that much pressure on ourselves when, what are those next to us? Plums? Potatoes? The truck next to us here. It's not like we have to get home and be at work or anything, so why are we rushing? It takes quite a few years to slow down after you've been working for so many years. So the first street we come to after going through the light is Pennant, P-N-N-A-N-T Drive, and you turn right there. Be interesting to see what the gas is. But
$5.39.
How much?
$5.39.
$5.39. That's not bad. There's a lot of different places you can stop and eat. Right here to the right is the station. There's McDonald's over there. There's a Shell. There's a Denny's around. All kinds of stuff. And we're left out. There's nobody in there. That makes a difference. Just one car doesn't matter. So if we pull over here, it's going to take Bob a while to fill it up because we're getting pretty low. Here we go. So I'm going to turn this off while we fill up the tank. And we are here at Flag City RV, just a couple blocks over from where we just got gas. So Bob's going to go in and secure our spot, and when he gets out, I'll come back. Of course, I'll show you right now. The pool's right here. And there used to be a bunch of kitties that lived here. So I've seen them down this way, but I don't see them right now. I'll come back on if I spot them. There we go to our spot. Right here, number 32. So after we get set up here and relax a little bit, Bob's going to unhook the car and we're going to go into town to get some like fruit. I mean, we couldn't have any fruit in the rig when we came over the border into California, and then they didn't even have a person there to check it, but
I think I'll
get my bananas.
I park here, put the car in front, okay?
Yeah, so this is where we're going to stay. Thank you so much for watching these last 2 days. I'll continue it tomorrow, but it'll be a separate video. So do the usual, like, share, enjoy, and subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Yeah. I never remember. I love you all. Bye.